Hey everybody, welcome back to King's Quest II, Romancing the Stone. I am the Blues32, and we have just collected a nightingale. What's
This
this?
odd circular device intrigues you. It depicts several different symbols around its outer rim: the sun, a mountain range, a drop of water, and a cloud. The golden object is very light and seems to be made of pure gold. The symbols that adorn it appear to have been chiseled in with incredible skill.
Ooh.
The cage still has... You remove the cloth from the cage. Looking at the bottom of the cage, you find that a letter has become stuck to it. You peel it off.
Didn't know about that.
The paper is slightly crumpled and dirty, having somehow become stuck to the bottom of a bird cage. You can't use this item.
Well, read it. There's writing on it. Read it. Read the writing.
You can't...
Fressen, bring your shin of fragment. Speaking of the cloth,
Here, this might help your sneezing.
Oh, thanks.
ugh.
Here, you can have this back now.
No thank you.
You retrieve the partially used cloth from the haystack.
Feel better?
Yeah, it's so good to be able to
A shiny silver needle lays on the ground near the haystack. You take the silver needle.
Neat.
Ouch! It is likely that this haystack was piled. The haystack, or rather whoever or what...
Huh. Okay. Why did I take back the partially
It is
used...
a large sheet of slightly unhygienic, yet still potentially usable cloth.
Ugh.
You'd really prefer not to inspect the unhygienic cloth in closer detail.
Ugh. Why? Why would you do this? Here, have yourself a nightingale.
You offer the nightingale to Angelina. The sheer elation on her face almost makes the whole risk worth the while.
Almost.
She snatches it from you and proceeds to fuss over the bird. You wait for a moment, but it seems she no longer notices you.
If you don't mind, about the lamp you promised me in trade for the nightingale?
The shopkeeper looks up at you vaguely. She gradually remembers that there is another being in her world.
Oh, good
Yes.
grief.
Oh, yes, take it. You'll have no beginning of use with it.
Don't you mean no end of use?
Of course. Whatever you say, dear.
You hear Angelina muttering cheerfully to herself as she exits.
Finally, I have the final ingredient for that marvelous youth potion. I am going to beat you to the punch, my dear Agatha. Serves you right for hoarding this sweet, juicy thing to yourself.
You feel a nauseous tinge in your stomach. Well, at least the lamp is now yours.
You can't see my
take the
face right
old
now,
lamp.
but it's not looking very pleased with this. In fact, I look rather shocked. If and I do say so myself.
You rub the lamp and wait expectantly, but nothing happens. You're about to give it another try when a small puff of smoke appears at the end of the spout. It clears, revealing a note. As you remove it, the lamp disappears. You read the scroll.
Okie dokie. key. To the unlucky fool who bought this lamp. As you may have gathered, this lamp no longer contains a fabulous genie, as my former master, praise him and his greatness, has released me with his final wish. However, as a consolation, please be advised of the following. The shopkeeper is not to be trusted. She dabbles in the black arts and keeps rather distasteful company. May these words reveal what lies beneath, and may your findings lead you to the higher position in life. So hard like a stone and white like the snow, stands silent that man who guards that's what's below. May you forever know the beauty of freedom. Signed, Nibor Sima Will. Robin Williams? Hang on, let me make sure I didn't mess that up. That looked like...
It's the You read...
Yeah, Robin Williams. May he rest in peace.
You examine the statue up close. Aha! There is a hidden latch on it. You flick the latch. A trapdoor opens up in the floor.
That's a big trapdoor. Yep, down we go.
If you wish to close the trapdoor, you close the trapdoor behind you. The wooden floorboards of the above room double as the ceiling for this room. How economical. There is a soft pile of down and dust. The down is dirty, and you've had quite
Dirty
enough
down.
of dust from when the castle cleaners went on strike.
Oh, the wankers. How dare they? What's this?
You see a letter. You read the letter sitting on the desk.
Angelina, once again I put to you an invitation to join our illustrious community. Unsurprisingly, you have heard of its reputation through other channels. I personally encourage you to give it serious thought. We are not only interested in a new membership from the mages of this world. We are not only interested in new membership from the mages of this world. This invitation goes out to all who believe that when the appointed time comes, only the faithful will be rewarded. The rest of those poor, unenlightened fools will perish. All that is asked in return is the complete allegiance to the Father. He has guided us from the beginning, and his power is far older than most. I know you are hesitant to concerns regarding the dress code. Let me assure you that black would look simply charming on you, dear. My gratitude goes out to you for your flattering assertion that I would make a fine ruler of Kalima. What a shame that the former ruler has lost all interest in his homeland. I cannot blame him, however. The change struck him quite hard. To answer your earlier question, yes, I have acquired a nightingale. They are most uncommon in this region, and yes, I am quite sure that it is the final ingredient required to complete my youth potion. As much as I would like to share it with you, I am afraid that a single nightingale will only provide enough solution for one person. In any event, I shall, of course, pay you a visit the moment the youth potion takes effect. H. I assume that means Hagatha.
A large double-bladed broadsword leans against the bench. It looks like an expensive antique.
I want
You
it.
much prefer the lightness of your own sword. Besides, this one is only an antique, and thus is probably not suitable for combat.
Screw combat, I want the sword. It looks
A
great.
tangled mass of jewelry and chains have been dumped into boxes and pushed up against the back wall. You have neither the time nor the...
What about this?
You see a colorful, rolled-up carpet.
This looks interesting.
As you pick up the carpet, you notice a small label which reads, Property of Al Den. There might be a faded letter or two in there, but you cannot be sure. Above you, from the back room, you discern...
I did it! I did it! The youth potion is finally finished. All I need to do now is drink it.
Angelina, show yourself, you scurvy wench.
Agatha? My dear! What an unexpected surprise!
Don't you play the fool with me. I know you stole it.
Stole? Really, I do not know.
Silence. For your lies and deceit, there can be only one consequence.
No, please! I can explain!
I said silence. Oh, and one more thing. invitation to join us is revoked. What is this? Ah, the youth potion at last. Oh no. Drat! Now what was that spell for removing floorboards? Curses. I shall have to go back and look it up.
Yoink.
You fish around in the pile of down and successfully retrieve the youth potion.
Alright, I better not tarry. I don't think there's anything else I need.
Cautiously, you open the trapdoor ever so slightly and peer into the room above. Hagatha is nowhere to be seen. You make your exit from the basement. You flick the... You have no...
Oh, where's...
You are inside a large and incredible... You are in...
Oh, whatever. I wonder. Are you folks wondering what I'm wondering?
Curious as to whether the youth potion lives up to its name, you drink every last drop of the blue liquid.
Hey, it works!
Planning to start your life over? Unfortunately, your fair maiden won't be around by the time you become interested in women again. This horse is only interested... This horse is only...
Well, okay then. Oh yes, now I remember.
The magic carpet is a beautifully woven... The carpet... This would not be the best...
Well, where is the best place to use a magic carpet then, buddy?
Yes?
Could you recommend?
There.
Alright, what you got for me?
This book is entitled Power, Politics, and Pulpits.
Pulpits?
Browsing through it, you notice an interesting excerpt.
Power, politics, and politics. In many lands, the church and state have long shared a mutual distrust of one another. While the state is responsible for the wealth and security of the realm, the church's concern is for the moral standing of the population. It is said that when one intrudes upon the domain of the other, discord is inevitable. In no other place has this been more unpleasant than Kalaima. The feud between the two institutions there date back many decades. In the days of the late Count Crestrom, the Lord of Calium, Coleum spoke openly of the need of change, chiefly regarding the education of the common people. The Church of Faith maintained that the simple people were of the land, they knew their rightful place, and thus their path was secure. Years later, the young and idealistic Count Kuldar declared that the Church of Faith had purposely been holding the people back, retaining their ignorance of literature and the wider world of for their own selfish benefit. Naturally, the Church resented this insinuation, and in turn declared Kuldar a heathen. At the time, the mood of the population had tensed. Stability in the realm had weakened as dissension between the church and state rose. It may have continued to do so had the situation not been annulled by the tragedy. The Count befell a terrible injury while in the forest one night, which later proved fatal. While it expressed its condolences to the family of the fallen lord, the Church of the Faith asserted that only through its own vision for Kalima, not the rulers, could the people find the true path. It is a curious point to note that no new leader has been chosen to replace Kuldar, though it has been many years since his passing. When questioned about this, the townfolk are likely to either ignore the inquiry altogether or cast a furtive glance in the direction of the now inaccessible castle. Answer: he's not dead. Though that should have been obvious.
There's a good chance you won't find. There's not.
What do you know? You're just a voice.
The sign reads Kalima.
Kolima, gotcha. That's the word. Bird, 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 the word, bird, bird, bird. Can I ride the carpet now?
You unroll the magic carpet, lay it on the ground, and sit on it. The carpet begins to rise skyward. As you ascend higher, you realize that the carpet is beyond your control. It glides through the air on a seemingly predetermined course.
Do a barrel roll! Where am
The
I?
plateau is... There are a few... You breathe in deeply and notice that the air is thinner up here.
No, that's not good. Should have brought my climbing equipment.
A snake blocks your path to the east. It appears to be about 10 feet long and is coiled up, ready to strike.
Excuse me, sir.
The snake only...
Potion?
The snake does...
Net?
The snake...
I'm not offering it. I'm trying to use it.
The snake... This odd circular device...
Oh!
You have just discovered the gravity. You bravely approach.
This'll end well.
The snake lashes out, striking with precision. Its lethal venom kills you instantly. Your history.
Oh, shut up. Quill?
The snake. The snake. You'd really prefer.
I don't know.
The paper is. Pinning that. No point. You give it up. You. The paper. You read the letter.
My dear sister, it has been a while since my last letter to you, and quite an age since we last spoke. Such are the busy lives we lead. I know of your preoccupation with eliminating your competition and wish you well in that ongoing endeavor. As for my part, the servant I have owned for the past 17 years is soon to come of age. It will almost be a shame to kill this one, for he is quite adept at his chores, but the tradition must be observed at all times. I shall require a replacement in the not-too-distant future. Perhaps I should think up a new name for my next slave, though it is much easier when I only need to remember one. I've asked the father to notify me at once should he hear of any likely candidates. Speaking of which, though it is in no way my place to question the will of the father, for surely he has the best interests of all his followers at heart, does he not spend so much time locating that item of legend which he has been seeking for almost a millennium? While he is not to be second-guessed, I do wonder if he is so assured of its existence that he is willing to turn his attention Is he so assured of its existence that he is willing to turn his attention away from the flock for so long a time? As for our remote brother, he seems increasingly interested in the ladies these days. I believe he has his eye on a royal couple who are expected to conceive a girl within the year. Or so the sign says. I must confess he is prepared to wait so many long years for the child. I must confess, if he is prepared to wait so many long years for the child's maturity before abducting her, then he has far more patience than I. I await your reply, dear sister, and hope that this letter finds you well. If you have the chance to speak with the father, perhaps you will inquire of his commitment to this item he seeks. I would advise the utmost discretion, naturally. Your loyal and by far the better sibling. What was his name? Mandanan? Mandanan?
The letter puzzles you.
He's, the villain of King's Quest III, I believe.
The snake.
Think.
These rocks are actually part of the mountain. You get the snake only. This.
Perhaps I'm not ready for this.
You unroll the carpet. The door appears to be barred from the inside.
Says I.
Bushes of many trees shake. You have come upon a quick. The sneaky little dwarf.
Oh, no. Probably stole some of my stuff. I don't know what he took, but he probably took something. So I'm gonna reset.
You can't eat.
I get the feeling I need,
You
like,
can't-
gloves or... Wait.
You unroll
God, I am an idiot. I always forget.
the carpet.
Let's try...
You-
Not this.
You could simply kill the snake, but something about its presence up here is a little strange. The snake. Those items can be used together.
What? Really?
You dangle the shimmering opal in front of the snake. It soon falls hypnotized in typical snake fashion.
Well, I didn't expect that to work.
It's too dark. You reach into the cavity and feel around. What is this? You've discovered a button hidden inside the rock. You press it and wait to see what happens next.
Button. Who's got the button?
In an instant, a man stands beside you. He appears to be somewhat of an adventurer, much like yourself.
Hey there, Quest for Glory
I am
guy.
King Graham of Daventry.
The newcomer nods in greeting. Without a word, he respectfully appraises you. You notice about him the manner of one who has only recently learnt the meaning of heroism.
From where do you hail, good sir?
The man opens his mouth to answer, but then pauses to consider that question. Evidently deciding that irrelevant exposition would serve neither party, he casually gestures to the hole in the rock behind you.
Might I inquire something of your identity?
After a brief search of his own person, the man pulls out a scroll card and hands it to you. You unroll it, and it reads, "Having fulfilled the requirements in accordance with the statutes of the famous Adventurers Correspondence School, the bearer is a qualified would-be hero." The man also shows you a...
You don't say much, do you?
Nah.
With a sigh of resignation, the man shakes his head silently.
Surely you might speak to me of your adventure.
The man becomes quite enthused about the prospect of relating his most recent adventure to you. Just as he is about to speak, however,
Aw.
you notice something on the... You retrieve the paper. It appears to be a scroll. Upon it is some writing. Disclaimer, you have just witnessed a rather shameless plug for the remake of Quest for Glory 2 Trial by Fire by the entities of AGD Interactive. Available now. As you read the writing, the words are ingrained in...
Can I do it again?
The button now seems to be...
Well, I have that. And I will be playing it eventually. Whee!
You have just discovered the
Alright, let's go in here. What the hell?
An ancient book lies open on the workbench. You flip through the book entitled Ye Old Book of Enchantments, Causes and Cures.
Okay.
The first half contains a list of enchantments. These do not interest you, as you have no desire to inflict inconvenience upon others.
That's not
However, the Cures section does capture your curiosity. While browsing, you spy a promising paragraph.
An enchantment isn't something that you inflict upon someone. That's a curse. Fun, do not ignore the danger that a miscast spell may have on your own person. For this reason, you should prepare a simple item with which you can protect yourself against the effects of an enchantment, as well as providing a means for reversal said spell should it be deemed necessary. Only the power of the emerald can properly dispel an enchantment, and thus the steps to create one are as follows. Firstly, heat a blue mineral and a yellow vegetable. A plant is an acceptable alternative, together until they coagulate into a greenish liquid. Stir the mixture with a white feather. Drop this into a perfectly clear crystal and recite, heed now these words, crystal perfect, green is thy hue. Restore, correct, guard well my form, preserve, protect. You will now have the means to safeguard yourself. Should your enchantments ever get out of hand, to restore that which is under the effects of an enchantment, simply allow a strong light to pass through your emerald at the subject. Then behold the restoration.
A collection of books or... You never... Don't bother. A neatly displayed scroll hangs on the wall. The scroll. You had best concentrate on what you're supposed to be doing. You notice that some writing. You read.
In row of stones that number 6, half and a pair from left do pick. Quell then my spell, avoid the tricks.
The engraving on the wall reads, in row of stones that number 6, half and a pair from left do pick. Quell then my spell, avoid the tricks. Some incredibly valuable furniture has been placed here. You approach the work. A clear beaker. These elaborate candlesticks. There's no You toss the sickly yellow. There's no...
Didn't think so. I don't have anything blue, do I? There's just blue on this, so...
There's...
Blue here.
You toss the brooch into the beaker.
Wait, how am I supposed to light this thing?
Unfortunately, you cannot... You attempt to mold the candle into a wax miniature. Nothing. Someone might notice. You get... There's no flame.
Fluff. fire.
It would be best not. It would. The workbench of these elaborate can. You get some. These elaborate can. The workbench of. The workbench
Mahogany.
feels smooth and clean. You flip through the first.
How do I heat it?
You strike the head of the mallet against the flint. You watch, fascinated, as the.
I didn't actually think that would work. Stir with a white feather.
You stir the mixture carefully with a white feather. It soon dissolves in the hot liquid.
What was the next step?
You flip the first.
Stir with a white feather. Drop into this a perfectly clear crystal.
It is a simple but careful. Nothing. Touching the necklace reveals that the opal is. You handle the earring. The diamond and sapphire. You have already added a blue. This is the sword of the first.
Ah!
Nothing. Brandishing your sword might make you appear in a. Nothing. This is the sword of the first king of Daventry. It dates back almost. You feel the weight of your ancient weapon. It's amazingly light and cool to the touch. You manage to dislodge the crystal that had been set within the hilt of the sword almost a millennium ago. You feel a tinge of guilt and wonder what all the past monarchs of Daventry would say if they saw you damaging ancient crown property.
They can bite me.
You drop the crystal in and you get no. Don't blow the flame out.
Oh, right.
Heed now these words. Crystal, perfect. Green is thy hue. Restore, correct. Guard well my form. Preserve, protect.
You recite the words correctly. You quickly blow the flame out, picking it up gingerly. You're amazed.
It's quite cool. I feel like I may have screwed up somewhere, though. Like, I shouldn't have had to use that...
Enchanter's staffs are very...
Like, I shouldn't have had to use that, jewel.
As you direct the sun's light through the emerald at the snake, you behold a wondrous transformation.
Ooh!
Before you now stands a man.
Thank you for freeing me.
Yeah, good
The
grief.
horrid enchanter transformed me into that legless thing after I refused to be his steed.
That was quite a gamble to refuse.
True, but I could not have accepted, even if I had wanted to. For I am a disciple of the cloud, and can serve no land dweller.
Disciple of the cloud? What does that mean?
He's a disciple of the
First, Tell
cloud.
me of what you seek up here.
You take a deep breath, then explain about the joy of destiny, the gems of nature, and your present quest to locate the growth gem.
So, you seek the air gem?
Yes, I do.
Yes, that is right. You know of it?
Most certainly. But you will not be able to reach it by any means available to you or any of your kind.
Oh, poop.
I would gladly take you to it, but alas, the enchanter took and hid from me my bridle. Without it, we could search for 1,000 years and still never find the cloud spirit.
Where did he hide your bridle?
If I
I
knew
do
that,
not know.
then it wouldn't...
Perhaps a clue may be found in that blackguard's abode behind me.
Yes, perhaps indeed. Must have hid it in here somewhere.
The cave is adorned. Some incredibly valuable. As you had been expecting, this is your average ordinary.
Wait. Something about 6 stones.
There's a rock up here. The plat.
Huh. Ah.
You cannot remove the engraving. You walk close. You read.
Six, that is well done, my spell avoid the tricks.
The engraving.
Perhaps what I'm looking for isn't up here.
These rocks are. You are pleased your adventuring clothes and hat still fit you. That is.
It's not enchanted.
2 large bowls. Some plants grow. No amount. You breathe. You unroll the map.
We'll look for it down there, eh?
The carpet begins.
Now here's a bit of a problem. Not a problem, but actually I don't know what I was trying to say there. I have to go to my sorta nephew's birthday party later today.
You rap on the.
I'm not entirely looking forward to that. I don't like Chuck E. Cheese. It's loud. Did I mention it was a Chuck E. Cheese? It's a Chuck E. Cheese. It's loud there, and all the kids smell funny.
Many bushes.
Bushes.
Rocks are synonymous with nature. Hint. Rocks.
So yeah, gotta go to the birthday party. I say he's my sorta nephew because he's like my stepsister's kid. So I wouldn't really know what you're supposed to call him. Like, is he a step nephew or?
A group of rocks jut out. This tree has some rocks and there are some plants.
I just do not know.
You'll need to walk around.
Hello?
You attempt to open the door, but find it is locked.
So yeah, I'm basically expected to go there and win them things.
Rocks are
Which is not an entirely unreasonable thing, because last time I went there for my my niece's party, or was it her party, or I don't even know.
a smattering of. You are past. You do not need the. You pick up the rock, throw it easily into the air, catch it deftly, and place it exactly where you found it. Then you wake up.
Okay, I think you're starting to insult me now. I saying? Oh yeah, last time I went there, I won quite a few tickets doing something. I don't even remember what game it was.
The rear of a though you feel a sense of unease from
So yeah, not looking forward to that at all.
the small arch is one of nature's. There is nothing you can do to.
Bet their pizza still tastes like shit too.
They look like rocks.
But are they?
Sound like rocks. They feel like rocks.
How do they taste?
They look like rocks. They look the calm water. This is a very too small. While you seem to be having a lot to do with stones in this adventure, this is a very little light manages to filter in.
6 stones. I don't know what. I don't know. Never seen a set of stones before. Or have I? Hmm. Hmm.
A healthy baby tree. There's no repressing the urge to burst into song. If you speak in a forest and there's nobody there to hear you, does that mean you didn't say anything?
Only if I'm deaf.
Rocks line. Rock. You are in the. It is a natural. You taste it. Many rocks. Don't.
I don't know. This game. These wounds, they will not heal. Woo!
You have just discovered the
Okay, so it's not over there.
an old stump. The stump. You get no. How ingenious! A chimney protrudes from the trunk of the tree. It is too narrow to climb into, even if you could. It would not make a good substitute for. You talk to the awning and find yourself yawning. That would be. It is high, vertical. You wrap. It isn't open to your ideas. It isn't open, period.
Can I fix it?
You have come upon a quick.
Meh. Too slow, Joe.
You jab mercilessly at nothing. You feed. You. This large fallen. This large...
You know, I can't think of any other place I can look.
Rocks are...
Well, this is quite the sticky wicket.
You un... There's a rock. There are a few There's a the button. A collection of books. You never did pay much. You have better. Some incredibly, as you had been expecting, this is your average, ordinary, run-of-the-mill cave. You are naturally surprised. The cave, a number of candles, and as you had been expecting, as you had a collection of books, a number of some incredible. This long staff looks enchanters. You had best concentrate on some incredible, some incredible. The cave is a number of some incredible. As you had been as you had.
I don't know.
As you had been
Maybe it's in town? Not in town. I don't have a spell ready. Not in town. Why does that Pegasus keep flapping his wings? He's not gonna get anywhere. Just let him relax.
The carpet.
I wonder if this location is supposed to be a clue of some kind. Keep coming back here, so maybe... Maybe... But Mab...
Lovely. These flowers aren't. You shouldn't go that way right now. You'll interrupt the latest interpretation of Shakespeare's combined.
Don't even...
There's a good chance.
I don't know.
You do not want to go back in there.
I just don't know where to go now. I may have to look it up. So, to this, I suppose we shall bid adieu. Don't have much time left until I have to leave. So, I'm the Blues 32. This is King's Quest 2. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.